For Disney fans, the semi-annual D23 Expo is like Christmas. Every other year, the company's ultimate fan event is home to some of the biggest announcements in the entertainment industry. So what will be announced at this year's D23 Expo? Of course, those who know aren't talking, but if you believe fan rumblings and wishes, here are a few key areas where we might see big announcements. Note: while we will be eagerly anticipating news regarding the Disney parks, we are a pop culture channel that focuses on entertainment news specific to television, streaming, and movies. So this list won't include any theme park predictions. If you are looking for that, there is a host of fantastic channels that specialize in Disney World news. With that said, here are 10 predictions for Disney's D23 Expo.
Before we get into the video, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Number 10. Lilo and Stitch confirmation. The announcement of a live-action adaptation of the hugely popular Lilo and Stitch franchise was first reported in October 2018. Over the years, the production has had numerous writers and directors, recently settling on Dean Fleischerkamp, the director of Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. However, while there has been a lot of pre-production reporting from outlets, Disney has still not given an official announcement on the project. We are hoping D23 changes this. Firstly, when this project was first revealed, Dis Insider reported that the project would be a Disney Plus movie with a budget of $60 million. This is a baffling decision. If you're a Disney fan or have ever visited a Disney park, you'll know what a merchandise powerhouse Stitch is. Creating this film specifically for streaming would no doubt neuter the potential audience. A live-action Lilo and Stitch movie could be a billion-dollar film similar to many other Disney remakes such as Aladdin, Lion King, and The Jungle Book. But a theatrical release isn't the only thing we are hoping for at D23. We'd also like to hear some casting news and potentially some concept art that will help reveal the style of the project. While it would be cool to get our first look at Stitch, we actually like to keep that reveal for the first trailer. Sonic style, of course. Number 9. Deadpool 3 announcement. Ever since Disney purchased Fox and inherited the rights to the X-Men franchise, fans have been eagerly awaiting news on when the Merc with a Mouth would be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the Deadpool 3 hype train hasn't slowed down one bit, even though Marvel Studios made no mention of the film during San Diego Comic-Con. While Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was announced in its entirety, only a sparse few titles were announced for Phase 6 through 2025, leaving several open slots for movies that will surely be announced at some point in the future. We think D23 would be the perfect time to give the fans what they want. In all the pomp and flash during Marvel's panel at Comic-Con 2022, it went largely unnoticed that the February movie was missing, as Disney had claimed the February 2024 date last fall. But now that fans are wondering out loud about it, it does seem like Deadpool 3 is the most likely candidate. The historical data is there. The original Deadpool movie was released on February 8, 2016, and became a major box office hit, breaking records and taking the X-Men movie franchise to a whole new level. Deadpool 2 opened in May of 2018 and pretty much scored the same box office haul, which is not exactly a glowing achievement for a blockbuster franchise sequel. So, Marvel Studios going back to what worked the first time would make sense, putting out Deadpool 3, a high-value comic book movie product in the typically vacant window of February movies. Number 8. The Little Mermaid first teaser. When it comes to the Disney Renaissance, The Little Mermaid is one of the biggest films to come out of that period that still hasn't been given a live-action remake. Directed by Rob Marshall and with original music by Lin-Manuel Miranda, The Little Mermaid is highly anticipated. With The Little Mermaid so deep into post-production, it's time we got a first look at the project in the form of a teaser trailer. Dis Insider has reported that this will be the case, stating your first look is coming Saturday, September 10th, 2022, at Disney's D23 Expo. It is likely that the public will get to see a poster for the film, while those in attendance at the Disney Studios panel will get to see exclusive footage for the film. While we can see Disney letting those in attendance see the trailer first, we can't help but think it won't be long until the trailer debuts online. After all, if we are to look back at previous live-action adaptations, Disney will usually release the first teaser 6 to 9 months before the movie hits theaters worldwide. The Little Mermaid is around 9 months away. Number 7. Indiana Jones 5 news. It's been far too long since the last Indiana Jones film came out. 14 whole years. While we still have to wait until next summer for the still untitled film to come out, we are hoping D23 delivers some news on the upcoming Lucasfilm project. The currently untitled Indiana Jones 5 will star Harrison Ford, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, Toby Jones, Shawnette Renée Wilson, Boyd Holbrook, and Antonio Banderas. It is directed by James Mangold and is expected to be released on July 29, 2022. While it might be too soon to ask for a trailer for the upcoming project, we would love to get a title reveal and perhaps some new photos from the project. If we're really lucky, we might even get a sizzle reel with some behind-the-scenes footage. I believe at least a title reveal and maybe a new picture or two. If we're lucky, maybe a flashy sizzle reel of behind-the-scenes footage. We still believe the first teaser won't be until the end of the year, although we'd like to be proven wrong. Number 6. Hercules cast. Released in 1997 by Walt Disney Animation Studios, Hercules follows a son of gods who was snatched as a baby by Hades and forced to live among mortals as a half-man, half-god. Now a teenager, Hercules needs to perform a rite of passage on Earth to prove himself worthy of living with the gods on Mount Olympus. When a live-action adaptation was announced, 2000's kids were thrilled. Deadline announced Aladdin director Guy Ritchie had signed on to adapt Disney's live-action adaptation of Hercules, and Avengers Endgame directors Joe and Anthony Russo are set to produce through their Adbo production banner. The Russo brothers have shared some new information on the project. While speaking with Games Radar, Joe Russo revealed Hercules will have a modern twist. It will certainly pay homage to the original with a more modern spin on it. What Anthony and I love about the original is how funny and subversive it is. I think we try to embrace that sense of humor in the remake. With D23 just around the corner, we think it is the perfect time to announce some news about the project. Of course, we want confirmation that this film will keep the musical numbers that made the original so beloved, but beyond that, we also want some casting announcements. Who is going to play Hercules and Meg? Will Danny DeVito return to play Phil? And the most anticipated casting announcement here at Slurp: who will play Hades? Our top pitch remains Jeff Goldblum. But if you have your own Hercules casting thoughts, leave them in the comment section. Number 5. King Kong official announcement. Our number 5 prediction on this list also relates to the most recent news to come from Disney. Last week, Deadline broke the news that a live-action King Kong series was in development for Disney+. The series for Disney Plus is set to track the original story of the famous ape. Deals have just closed for the project, with James Wan and his production company Atomic Monster attached to the project. This will mark the very first live-action Kong series. King Kong will be a serialized action-adventure drama that brings the classic monster story into the modern age with a return to Skull Island and the dawn of a new Kong. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a brand new Kong. With the news breaking recently, it's the perfect time for Disney to officially announce the project, perhaps providing us with a title for the series and some concept art for the show. Number 4. The Star Wars universe. With The Mandalorian Season 3 and Ahsoka just around the corner, we are expecting Lucasfilm to have a big presence at D23 this year. While we want to know what's happening with the Star Wars movies when it comes to Star Wars projects, The Acolyte is easily our most anticipated. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. The show is set to go into production in October, so it seems the perfect time to reveal who will appear in the show, along with more details on the synopsis and cast. If Lucasfilm wants to win D23, a tease of Darth Plagueis would set the internet on fire. Number 3. The Finding Nemo Disney Plus show. Nemo, the little clownfish from the Great Barrier Reef, just might be getting his own series over at Disney Plus. Though this is just speculation and no official word has been confirmed, the prospect of a series centered on Nemo is exciting. According to an episode of the YouTube series, The Dis Insider Show, CEO Skylar Schuler and his co-host, Derek Cornell, further discussed the rumor and the continuation of Disney Plus' aim of creating new content from their popular older releases. So this is straight out of Pixar. Let's just say over the next couple of years, you are going to still get original content after Lightyear. Thanks to things like Cars on the Road and Doug Days, Pixar is diving into the world of series. They are getting to animate and develop alongside Andrew Stanton a Finding Nemo series for Disney+. Now, this is not confirmed by Disney at this time, but if we had to put money on this happening, we would. We expect to hear more about the show at D23. Number 2. Kingdom Hearts. When we asked you guys what you wanted to see at D23, a lot of you said you wanted to see an official announcement on the rumored Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts is a very popular video game series which tells the story of Sora and his journey and experiences with various Disney and Pixar characters, including Donald Duck and Goofy, in addition to characters from Square Enix's popular video game series, Final Fantasy. The game series has sold over 30 million copies worldwide. The series rumor was reported on by several well-known journalists, including Grace Randolph, Jeremy Conrad, and Daniel Richmond. This rumor has been going around for a while, but it looks like it might actually be happening. Very little is known about the series, however. It looks like it's going to be an animated show with computer animated graphics, and the series should see voice actors like Bill Farmer, who plays Goofy, return to provide the voices of those iconic characters. According to Americana, Disney had wanted to make the show, but now Square Enix is doing it and has already made a pilot with the Unreal Engine. At D23, we would love to get some official confirmation that the series is happening, alongside some concept art that confirms whether this is CGI animation, an anime, or a live-action adaptation. What style do you think the series should be? Leave a comment below and let us know. Before we get to our number 1 pick, let's look at some honorable mentions. The Fantastic Four cast. The future of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Scarlett Johansson to announce Tower of Terror. Shang-Chi 2 announcement. Tron 3 is confirmed. Angelina Jolie to return in Maleficent 3. Number 1. Disney animated sequels. Okay, we are cheating slightly with our number 1 pick, but they technically fall under the same roof. Firstly, let's get confirmation of Frozen 3 at D23. Since 2013, the Frozen franchise has been a cash cow for the Walt Disney Company. The first film was met with critical acclaim and commercial success, grossing over $1.2 billion at the worldwide box office. 6 years later, Frozen 2 arrives, and once again the studio finds the same success, but this time grossing over $1.4 billion, making it the 11th highest grossing movie of all time. The success has expanded to theme park attractions, 4 short films, and a short series on Disney+. Disney will look to continue that success. Franchise stars Josh Gad and Kristen Bell have already teased a 3rd film, and what better way to announce the project than at D23? Now let's shift to a movie that has the potential to replicate the success of Frozen. Encanto became the first soundtrack to hit number 1 on the Billboard album chart since Disney's Frozen 2. Additionally, if we don't talk about Bruno surpassed Frozen's Let It Go to become the highest charting Disney song in 26 years. While the movie didn't dominate at the box office, given what was happening globally, you have to add an asterisk to the box office receipts. Instead, the animated movie dominated streaming and hasn't left the trending section since debuting on the service. Judging how well Encanto has performed on Disney Plus in the charts and on social media platforms like TikTok, it seems likely that Disney is at least considering the possibility of further adventures for the Madrigal family. While we would love to get an Encanto 2 announcement, we think a streaming series is far more likely. And that's our list. Which prediction do you agree with? What are you hoping to see at D23? Leave a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to Slurp, as we are going to be covering D23 and Disney Plus in detail.
Watching the clock, it's 2 a.m. and you're hitting me up. Guess you wanna make love, are we more than friends? This happens every other night, we can't get enough. I asked you, are you mine? And you said, life's kinda bright whenever we're together. Fuck, is a 4-letter word, I know a 4-letter